This is why when a narcissist shames others, they're unintentionally shamed themselves more. It's likely that you've interacted with a narcissist at some point in your life, whether it was a jealous coworker, an angry boss, a mother bragging about her daughter's recent success, or a seductive online date who suddenly disappeared without a word. Feelings of insecurity, use, unworthiness, rejection, stupidity, or debasement are common results of interacting with narcissists. It is believed that vulnerable narcissists engage in grandiose behaviour in order to hide their own feelings of insecurity. It's possible they struggle with low self-esteem, extreme sensitivity to criticism and rejection, and worries about their connections with others and their social standing. Welcome, everyone. I hope you can permit me to extend a warm welcome and greetings to everyone present. What follows is a discussion of a poor habit shared by narcissists and an argument for why it is essential to kick this tendency. More importantly, this is the fundamental way in which narcissists, and especially covert narcissists, cause their own sickness. Therefore, the more we condone and justify their behaviour, the more it makes us sick, and the more their way of life has negative effects on them as well. Their biggest weakness is an inability to deal with challenges and disagreements, and so they learn to repress a whole spectrum of unpleasant emotions. This is a common outcome for the children of narcissistic parents. Any time there's a fight at home, regardless of whether or not the kid is involved, narcissistic parents would instead act as if nothing unfavourable ever occurred. Because they don't want to appear to be bad parents, they aren't willing to seek professional help for their child or talk to the child about how it has affected them. Parents can prevent their children from understanding emotional harm by acting as though everything is okay all the time. In reality, this isn't healthy. It's like your parents said, don't be hard on yourself. Instead, pick yourself up, give yourself a big grin, and go back out into the world. Mental and physical health can be negatively impacted when negative emotions are repressed and unpleasant issues are avoided. Narcissists are the root of the problem since they are the ones who commit these acts, both against themselves and against those who are close to them or in their care. Why? This is because they care solely about spreading the falsehood of their phony identity, which protects them from shame and criticism for the time being, but can lead to their demise in the long run. In contrast, the covert narcissist desperately needs to be seen as the altruistic saint who puts everyone else's needs before their own. However, things get sticky when more evidence suggests they are not who they claim to be. When you realize their charming exterior is a facade, and they're actually quite unpleasant. After you learn how much resentment and animosity they've been harboring inside of them all this time. It's a mystery how they've been able to survive for so long. On the other hand, this is where we come in. Research has shown that merely having someone to share one's troubles with has a positive effect on one's health and longevity. Once the covert narcissist has found someone to abuse and dominates within their safe space, the covert narcissist has a far better chance of surviving to a ripe old age. Try to picture an elderly covert narcissist who is only kept alive by the suffering of others. Overt narcissists and other publicly toxic persons tend to have a much higher probability of surviving than their covert counterparts, since they are more upfront with their toxic features. While the covert narcissist would prefer to pretend to care about others, they really just care about themselves. The relentless assault of criticism has taken its toll. Their doom lies in this pessimism. This is a common strategy employed by covert narcissists to elicit our sympathy for their plight. They would have us believe a lie, but let's make it no more. Why should we pretend they are something they are clearly not? It's incredible how they manage to keep us in the dark about their true natures all along. Because we don't know what to do, we don't speak up while they keep love bombing and devaluing us in an endless cycle. As a rule, we try to keep our bad emotions to ourselves. We've been putting off dealing with our relationships issues for far too long. Everything appears to be normal to the outside observer, but every time we do that, a little bit of who we are dies. Moreover, the longer we maintain this way of life, the less we will ever be able to recognize it in reflection. It's unhealthy to be in close proximity to a narcissist because you stop prioritizing your own happiness and start catering to the narcissist instead. If we give in to the narcissist's demands, our health will suffer. A narcissist's greatest strength is in exploiting our vulnerabilities. In our pain and suffering, a narcissist may find the strength to press on. Without us, they have nobody to exploit and use for their own selfish ends. They need us to be broken and miserable so they may feel better about themselves. They are able to release some of the destructive emotions they've been holding in, which is essential in keeping them alive. It must be terrible for covert narcissists to have to deal with the constant hostility and strain of defending their false image while detesting everyone around them. Putting on a sham and pretending to be someone you're not must be exhausting. This is why I think they bring it on themselves. Every narcissist is simply by virtue of being a narcissist, and why they are the ones who cause it. And we must not succumb to our own bitterness. For the simple reason that bitterness can give rise to resentment, and this can happen even if the victim has long since been physically separated from the narcissist, but still harbours vivid recollections of the pain and betrayal inflicted by the narcissist. Our hatred and resentment must be put aside. Let go if you want to heal and go on. The narcissist will still adore us, even though we are permanently damaged by their abuse. The world will treat us as we treat it if we carry about bitterness and animosity. Not because we feel a need to empathize with their plight, but rather because doing so would only make our own problems more intractable. Our mental, physical, and spiritual health are all being eroded by it. So we need to protect ourselves from narcissists and the negative emotions that can develop as a result of interacting with one. We will have finally won our revenge when we can once again look forward to a bright and hopeful future. Don't dwell in gloom. Instead, show the narcissist that the flame they put out is not just coming back, but stronger than ever. Feel free to express your distress. Don't pretend to be joyful if you don't actually feel that way. Do not pretend to be something you are not. Recognize and deal with the discomfort you're experiencing. You shouldn't avoid the truth just because you fear it may hurt. Keep being yourself, and you'll start to trust and love yourself again. Learning to persevere through suffering is a skill that may be applied to many areas of life. We will not be deterred by narcissists or anyone else. A lot of appreciation for your patience. Please accept my sincere wishes that you have found this to be enlightening. Feel free to leave your comments and questions on this topic below. It is with great anticipation that we await to read them. It would be really appreciated if you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button so you don't miss any of our future uploads. We appreciate you watching this. Thanks.